Hi guys, Carl here. Right, so I finished doing the mods to the Demolisher to change it from firing the Demolisher rockets, the Nerf rockets, to Nerf Mega Darts. So what I'm going to do now is talk you through what I've done and also give you the chronograph readings before doing the upgrades and the chronograph readings when after doing the upgrades. Because my setup is not great, I'm not able to record the chronograph readings. Sorry about that. I know some of you might be annoyed with that, but hey ho, these are the things that happen. So if we start off with talking about what I've done to the Demolisher. So let me spin the camera around if I can. Right, okay, it's not allowing me to turn the camera around, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, which is not great. Okay, so right, you should be able to see on the screen. This is the pump section out of the Demolisher when I've took it out. I've cut off this section, which is 3 inches long, which is measured to be, if you can look here against the Mega Dart, it's measured to be just behind the head of the Mega Dart. Okay, so I've cut that off. Okay, once that's cut off, I have then put a piece of white tubing on, which we can see here. Okay. What I've also done is I've put a piece of leather, because I've got skills in leather working. So I've cut a disc to then enable dart storage. I've hot glued behind. Okay. And I've put beads of hot glue around the sides to hold the darts in place. Obviously on the final version of this I would spray paint all of this section before attaching it. Now what I've also done is, if we can look to reference here, the joining between the white pipe and the orange of the Demolisher has got 4 wraps of electrical tape to hold it in place. The white pipe is 4.5 inches long. And the disc is 8 centimeters back from the start for the set of the disc. Okay, so you can see that internally it's just the pipe joined onto the end and all the rest of it. Okay, so that needs to go back in here, which I'm just going to pop back in there. You should be able to see that seated nicely in there. Okay, right, so that's all in there and that's seated and all the rest of it, and the dart slides in here. Obviously, depending on the how well the darts are, the darts have been used and whatever, is the tightness of the friction fit, and that's going to affect your FPS. On the finished version I would paint some paint on the inside, which would give it another little layer of thing on which would give it a little bit more tightness on the friction fit, which should hopefully again increase your FPS. As far as mods to it, I'll come on to that in a second. Prior to mods, so basically I put it back together like this, and I did some mod testing outside. I did note that 3 of the darts that I had were quite a loose fit. My FPSs for the thing are here. Okay, so 60.84, 60.11, 68.03, 33.64, 63.74, 32.47, 48.39, 52.56, 54.43 and a 72.62. It was quite bright out at the time of doing the first set of readings. The chronograph was working fine. So my average on that prior to doing the modification upgrades, which I'm going to show you now, was a 54.67 FPS average. So mods, I filled the plunger head with hot glue. can also see the blue. That's about 4 wraps of electrical tape behind the seal, and I've lubed the piston, and that's it. That's all I've done as far as modding it and all the rest of it is concerned, apart from doing the changeover, putting the pipe on and all of that. There's nothing clever or that hasn't been done before by other people, but it's just, you know, that. Once I put it all back together, I took it back outside. The weather had changed. It was more overcast, but I got the next set of FPS readings, which are here. Okay. Which are 63.13, 66.48, 68.63, 73.08, 65.74, 74.23, 66.31, 67.40, 75.35 and a 71.87, which gives me an average of 69.22 FPS. So we've gone from pre-mod of an average of 54.67 to post-mod of 69.22 FPS, which is an average difference of 14.55 FPS, so basically 15 feet per second increase by doing those mods. I'm going to put it all back together again now and finally tighten everything down, but yeah, that's it. That's my upgrade mod to change from firing the standard Demolisher rockets off of this to firing the mega darts out of the white tube. Okay, hope people find this interesting. Cheers, bye.